West Coast Hip Hop, and we are now live. We are live from Zotown Studios, right here in the backyard where it all started at, folks. Lonzo Land Studios, aka Zotown. Hey, folks, look here. Today, I'm looking to talk to a friend of mine about another friend of mine. Cool brother, super cool brother, both of them. One is Fila Al. Fila Al was to Johnny J that Lonzo was to Dr. Dre and a few other people. He was the one that spent a lot of money for him, invested in him in an early career. In fact, he bought equipment from me, drum machines, mixed recording board, the whole 9 yards. He spent a lot of money with me and allowed him to have access to the equipment for quite some time. And they started off together, and they were good friends. Fila Al, I'm waiting for him right now, but we're going to talk about a producer that don't get a lot of credit here in the city, man. I know he passed quite some time ago. I think it was 2008. And he produced a lot of stuff for Tupac and some other folks. And if you have any information about Johnny J you want to share with us, please drop it in the chat room, folks. You're live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. And like I say every week, y'all, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks, you are live with the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop as I drop information, game, and a few other things that folks need to have in their repertoire when it comes down to the history of West Coast hip hop. That's what I do. Fila Al, good friend of mine. We got stories. I hope he didn't get cold feet on me, but I had to start this feed because if I don't start the feed, Facebook get mad and change the link, and I got to set the whole thing up all over again. So I'm gonna sit here and chit chat with y'all for a few minutes, and hopefully Fila Al will bring his behind on camera. I called him. He didn't respond. I emailed him. I hadn't heard from him. I texted him. I ain't heard from him, but that don't mean nothing because folks, I don't know why folks buy these $1,000 phones and will not answer them. But in the meantime, it's time for a commercial. All right, folks, here we go. On my birthday, June 16th, I'm having a special show, me and Dusty. Finally got my audiobook. This audiobook right here is not the same as the one that's on Audible. This one right here was the one I did first. It's set to music. Every track is 52 chapters in the audiobook. Each chapter has a different track to it. It's set to music. It's funny. It's informative. I'll be selling this along with my my paperback book and my comic book on my birthday, June 16th from 6 to 8. So all you got to do is either have Cash App, Zelle. I'm working on Apple Pay. I have an Android phone. So I'm working on Apple Pay. So all you have to do is come to the chat room, tell me what you want to say, hit me on the Cash App, hit me on the Zelle, and my assistant will be right here. I'm gonna autograph the books, autograph the jump drive, whatever you want to do, and it'll go in the mail the next day, folks. So if you want a piece of West Coast history told by the Godfather, because everybody don't have time to read. I know I like to learn, but I don't have time. I move too fast, move too much to just sit down and post up with a book like I've done. I've tried to. But when it comes to rolling, I'm always rolling. So I can pop this in my car. It sounds great in the car. Pop this in the car. And if you have a USB drive in your car, if not, you can upload it to your phone. You can do all kinds of things with it. It's digital. You can upload it to your computer. Listen to it at your own leisure, upload to your phone, and you'd be surprised at what you might think you know about West Coast hip hop. Fillmore, what's up, Doc? They heard Johnny J and those Tupac songs. Then he gets murdered on a Bump County case. Man, yeah, that was very, 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 very questionable. That was very questionable. According to what I was told, I don't know the exact story, but he was in there for DUI, been there for a minute, was about to get out in 2 weeks. All of a sudden, he decided to take a header off the second tier. And the rest, everybody else knows. So nobody knows exactly why. I was hoping maybe Fila Al come on the show and give me the whys, because he was a part of Johnny J's career. And Johnny J produced a lot of tracks from the Tupac album. I think it was All Eyes on Me. In fact, That's the picture we use for the flyer, where he stands in front of his "All Eyes on Me" um, plaque. So yeah, folks, my man was very, very instrumental in Tupac's career, and a very underrated DJ. I mean producer, very underrated. He don't get mentioned with the Dre's and some of the other guys and the Quicks here in LA. But when it came to production, dude had the skills. It was surprising to me. I remember when I first met him, he was a part of my studio history as well. When I first met him, little skinny Mexican dude came by here with my boy Fila Al, and he told me, "Oh man, this dude is bad." Yeah, right. At that time I had never met a Latino producer before, and Fila Al bought a drum machine from me. He bought a mixing board, an MG 1212, and Johnny made it work. And I heard some of his tracks later on. I was thoroughly impressed. So when I heard he had moved up to Tupac, I was not. I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised. Sometimes you have people that are talented, super talented, man, in the right place at the right time. You get that call. So don't know, but him and Johnny's J prayers go out to the. Oh yeah. Johnny went to Washington High School. That I do know. He went to Washington High School, married a black girl. Okay, that I know for a fact. I went to the funeral, met his wife at the funeral. I was surprised, fine. And he just was doing this thing. He just had a bad habit, like some of my boys that chime in on the line from time to time. He liked to drink and drive, and that got him a DUI, and it caused him to have to go sit in the county for a minute, which I must have obviously got him into a situation that really wasn't to his advantage whatsoever. So yeah, folks, we're sitting here waiting on Fila Al to tap in. I'm gonna give him I already gave him 15 minutes. I'm gonna give him another 15 minutes because sometimes folks forget, they get caught up. And this is the only problem about being live sometimes. Only problem about being live sometimes is the guest gets forget. Oh man, I got caught up. I was smoking the blunt, fell asleep. My eyelashes were hurting, but that's okay. Give me time to promote my event. June 16th is my birthday. The audiobook will be on sale with the comic book and the paperback right here on my YouTube channel. Me and Dusty Vision gonna sit down and kick it for a few minutes and make this available to everybody. I only got a limited edition, so this is a part of hip hop history you might want to get, along with the comic book. The comic book, there was only 500 printed completely. There was only 500 printed on the whole run. I bought 200 of them. So if you get one of those hip hop comic books with me, Dr. Dre, and Yella on the cover, you will have a true collectible piece of history. And I definitely would advise you to pick it up. And again, they'll be available on my birthday, June 16th. I'll be here from 6 till about 8, kicking it with Dusty Vision. And part of the proceeds will go to my nonprofit, The Lyrical Revolution, as we trying to clean up these lyrics and make folks think a little different when it comes to that music. Before he went in, he did an interview talking about his vault. Now, I'd love to hear about that. He said the death row attempted shaking his wife down. Reggie White Sr. was running to jail and turned a blind eye. Rumors, Okay. That would be interesting, man, because I don't see Reggie Wright Jr., Reggie Wright Sr. going back to jail. He's been on the streets for quite some time. But again, that was right around the time when Compton went to the sheriff, and some of the Compton PD took sheriff positions, but not on the street. Some of the older guys didn't take them on the streets. Interesting. I'd never heard that story before. St. Paul, Minnesota, Twin Cities. 615, 612, 651, and 612. What does that mean? Birthdays? That a birthday? Gemini birthday? Let me know, because I say 651 and 612. 612 could be a birthday. Yeah, the situation with Johnny's death has always been a big mystery. and it was never an investigation that I know of. I don't know. I try to stay out of certain things. I like talking about the artist because that's who I knew. I knew the man. He was a very cool dude, very talented cat, and oh, um, he was a part of my studio story. So that's why I took taking the time to give him some love. The one person I know that knew him very well was his good friend Fila. We just spoke about this the other day. He gave me his email address. I sent him the link for the show, and I ain't heard from his butt yet. So maybe he didn't get it. He fell asleep. Let me see. Ain't no messages from me here. No. Me and mom's birthday just passed on the 1st. Oh, okay. So you and your mom both is Gemini. Me and my mom are both Gemini. My mom's birthday is tomorrow. I don't know how she would have been, but her birthday was June the 4th. My family, my immediate family is loaded with Gemini. My grandson is the same day as mine. My daughter is June the 11th. My mom was June the 4th. The club owner was May 26th. I've been surrounded by them good people they call Geminis. They don't understand us sometimes. Geminis, we so far ahead of the game on some things. It's just hard for us people to understand how we think, because we think on both sides of our brain, creatively and the business wise. So that makes it a little bit tricky. So you can't run a bunch of bullshit passes. Anyway, you're live with Lonzo right here. I'm waiting on my man Fila Al, the good friend of Johnny J, a backer of Johnny J. Like I said before, he bought drum machines and recording equipment to help Johnny J get established in the studios. And so I figured he would be a good person to be here and talk about Johnny J in the early in its early days. Yeah, my mom passed too. Happy early one to your moms. Real talk. They can't stand us. They can't stand us, Doc. Like Tupac said, what he said, they can't see me. Okay, they can't see me. They can't see me. They love us, but they can't see us. On something different, man. It's just always, people say, man, you're always doing something. I am. I hate being bored. That's not what I do. So I understand it, Mo. I understand Phil Mo. I understand it. I understand it. I understand it. So yes. Fila Al, where you at, Doc? You got about 10 more minutes before I have to turn the thing off, because I can't get to talk to y'all about a little bit of knowledge about Johnny J for the next for over a half hour. Lonzo, ever thought about doing a vault album of unreleased material? I'm sure you got every era of goodness. Fillmore, I don't have a lot of unreleased stuff. The stuff I did had, it got released on one of Dre's albums a few years ago, about 20 years ago. And he pitched such a bitch. I got sued. I got all kind of problems. So I don't really mess with the stuff, especially stuff that he did. And I got a few things that some other artists did on my label that I may have to just clear the closet out. What I'm going to do one day, I was telling a friend of mine, I'm going to take my cameras and just go through my vault and my storage room and show all the plates and all the masters that I've created over the years. People don't realize a lot of labels that people have seen for years didn't know they were mine. Once I learned the record game, I played it to the maximum. And it didn't take much for me to do what I did because I knew how to do it. And like I said, Z-Rocks, Cut Up, Dope Tracks. Have you ever heard the music Dope Tracks before they had beats? I used to have a label called Dope Tracks, and all I did was I had artists make beats. I pay them for the beats, put them on CD, cassette, and my biggest customers were the penitentiaries. My biggest customers were the penitentiaries. I had all the way up to number 10. I had volume 10 all the way up to number 10 until they stopped letting people sell to the penitentiaries. We started making the prisoners buy from from their stores, and they couldn't buy from. It was difficult to buy from third-party vendors, and that's when I kind of cut the business loose and moved on to something else. But yeah, I've owned several different labels. I still have most of the parts and all the tapes for all the different stuff. So I'm gonna have to go through my stash and see what I may have available that has not been exposed to the general public yet. I got songs that I made. I never got the song cleared. Put them out anyway. I got a song called "More Bounce to the 40 Ounce." Wasn't a bad song, but I just never got it cleared, so I couldn't. I couldn't put it out really. That would be hard and a nice sounds like a series. Very, very interesting. Very possibly could be, Doc. Very possibly could be. I've been involved with so many projects in my career, and a lot of times I would just give cats a shot just for the hell of it. I mean, I got this project. All right, man, let's put it out. Okay, and we did. And sometimes it sold, sometimes it didn't, but it's still a part of the archive. So as I figure out one day I have time to go through the garage archives and see what I'm working with, I'm gonna do just that, and I'm gonna make an interesting presentation or video of all the stuff that I've done. Because some people still question my validity, man. People actually question my shit. And you didn't do that. You didn't do that. Because on Facebook, on YouTube, a lot of my scratch parties, my Z-Rocks are on YouTube. I wasn't the one that uploaded them, and because the label was an underground label, I never really claimed the stuff. So I didn't trip on it, but I saw this stuff got a lot of feedback. So, but only one person actually has the masters, the plates, the mothers, the labels, and that's yours truly. All right. So yeah, folks, we sitting here. I got about 12 people online. I'm talking to myself and my audience in the chat room. So if you got a question for me in the chat room, ain't nobody but me and you guys right now. Waiting on my boy to show up. I'm gonna give him a few more minutes. If he don't show up in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna have to move on to something else. But don't forget, y'all, June 16th, y'all, me and Tupac's birthday is going down. I'm selling my USB drive audio book along with my paperback and the comic book. Be online for about 2 hours. You got Cash App or Zelle. We'll be able to take the order. I want you to put it in your once the Cash App hits my account. I'll put it in the chat room. What you want me to say? I'll autograph the book right there. I don't think it's been done before. So yeah. Is that little E? Come on. Is that little E? Lonzo, let's do a video. Lonzo, I asked Fila Al about Fila and Johnny J produced Las Vegas, Nevada, legendary MC Stacy G. Okay, I will do that. Ruthless Easy 151, 150, 5150. Is that little E talking to me about doing a project? A lot of times. Oh, there he is. There he is. Boy, Fila Al just joined in, folks. Fila Al, what's up, buddy?
What's up? What's up with it, Lonzo?
Oh, man, I'm talking about your ass real bad. Okay? Yeah. Got me talking to myself for the last 30 minutes waiting on your black ass. What's up with you,
dog? Man, shit, I fell asleep, man.
I told y'all, folks, I told you, he was working that shit and fell asleep, and his ass forgot about me. I didn't page him, I didn't text him, he called him, phone ain't rang.
Yeah.
Hey, man, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I've been working hard all day, man. So, I was like, I got to go to the house and go hook up with Lonzo.
I appreciate it, Doc. I appreciate it. But we were talking about Johnny J, man. And, Johnny. Johnny. We both knew Johnny when he was first getting started in the production game. And you was the main man that was behind Johnny, man, putting the money up, buying drum machines and keyboards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was like his other daddy.
And it was.
Yeah. I bought him his first SB12.
Where you buy it from?
Man, you know what? I bought it from Hollywood, the Guitar Center. But what happened was,
which one you buy?
I was in New York when the SB12 first came out.
Okay.
And I was at a seminar.
Okay.
The SB12. Matter of fact, I still got the SB12 in the closet right now. I can go pull it out.
Do you really?
Yeah. I can go pull that sucker out right now, man, and show it to you.
All right.
But I was in New York and they showed us it, and I was like, man, that shit is bomb. It cost $3,500. Soon as I got back to LA, I went and got Johnny J. Said, come on, I'm gonna show you something. We went right to the Guitar Center. and they had just got it in. They didn't even know how to work it, but I knew how to work it.
Okay.
So I showed Johnny how to work it. I showed the people at the Guitar Center how to work it, and we bought it. It cost $3,400 plus tax. And I told Johnny, this is what you're sleeping with for the rest of your goddamn life. And he learned that shit. He mastered that thing.
Now, what did you buy from me? I thought you bought a drum machine for me too.
No, I sold your ass some speakers. I sold you some speakers and lights. Disco
bugs.
I
sold you, you bought my MG1212 though, right?
Yeah, you sold me the 12, the digital track.
Right.
The first, remember that 1212 track you had?
Right.
That big ass that shit you did all your music on, that Dre. Right. Man, I started to auction that shit off one year. I let my nephew use it, and somebody broke in his house and stole all that shit.
No, you know what? Yeah. I just got another one, man. I had a bunch of tapes on that damn machine that I can't play because I couldn't play them until I got a machine. A buddy of mine gave me one just to get out of the living room, man. He used the mixer board for something. I haven't even played with it to see if it works or not, but I got a gang of tapes. Mike T. I think I got the original Eazy-E Boys in the Hood demo on a MG12 tape. That's what I wanted it for. I didn't care about nothing else. Okay, but the Eazy-E demo for Boys in the Hood was cut on my MG1212. Okay, and you can MG1212. It looked like a video cassette. People, for those who don't know, it was one of the first machines that had like a VCR looking tape to it.
Yeah, like a beta, like more of a beta tape.
Exactly. And I bought the machine, cost like $6,000. And it was a great machine for what it was. It's just that it only took them goddamn tapes. You couldn't use a VHS. It was a custom made tape for that machine, and it sounded great. But they stopped making the tapes at some point in time, so I had to keep using them. And I hope I didn't record over the Eazy-E tape. I think I still got it, man. I got to figure out what's up with the machine. But my God,
that was the thing about that too.
Huh?
You could record over them tapes over and over and over.
Yeah,
that's what I did like about that.
So, man, let's talk about Johnny J's early career, man. I know you bought the drum machine for him, and you bought the recorder for him, and he became a superstar producer. How long did you work with him?
Man, shit, I worked with Johnny. You know what? I worked with Johnny from the time he got out of high school. Okay. When I met him, he had a DX drum machine in a suitcase.
Okay.
When I first met him, he came. TNT brought him to my house because now this is a funny story. Back in the days when me and you did our little transaction thing, we done some things together. Okay. We did some stuff at your club.
Right.
We did that 18 and over party.
Right.
Then down the line, I wind up getting some studio time from you.
Okay.
That's when you hooked me up with Dre.
Okay.
Dre was doing music for me. He was doing some music for me, some beats. And then me and Dre started talking. And then I told Dre I was looking for some rappers. He set up an audition. Brought Candyman and TNT into the fold.
Okay.
I signed Candyman and TNT, and I started working with them. Dre was doing music for them. And at that time, they broke up as a group. And so Candyman was like, I'm not working with TNT no more. Will you still work with me? I said, yeah. So when you go to Dre started doing music for Candyman. He did 3 songs. In the mix of him doing 3 songs, that's when N.W.A. took off.
Okay.
So Dre was like, man, I can't work with y'all no more right now. I need to go do this stuff with Eazy now. I was like, all right, cool. So I went over to Ice-T because Ice-T owed me some money as well. So I went over to Ice-T and Africa Islam. It was really Africa Islam who owed me some money. And I just happened to catch them in the studio at the time. And we went and done money talks. But swinging back around to Johnny J, when TNT and Candyman broke up, TNT came to me with a song that he did. And Johnny J produced the song.
Okay.
So that's when I heard the music. I was like, damn, this music is hot as hell. Who did the music? And he was like, oh, this is my partner, Johnny. His name wasn't Johnny J then. He was just Johnny Jackson. And I said, bring him to me. So that's when he brought him to me. he came to my house with Johnny, and I met him and I talked about his ass because he had his little DX drum machine in a suitcase, and he was an 18-year-old kid. So then we started hanging out. I started, putting shit together. He started doing the music, and we took off from that point there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And shit, we was doing stuff from that point. We started a production company, Shade Tree Productions.
Okay.
We had groups out and stuff before anything. We was doing stuff before DJ Quick and all of them. So, but you know that because you and DJ Unknown,
right?
Y'all came to me trying to get me to sign CMW at one time. You don't remember that, huh? You remember that? You was like you and DJ Unknown, y'all came to me, say, yeah, man, we got this group, man. Compton Most Wanted. We want to put them out. We want this, put something in. We want you to put some money behind them, man, and get behind us with it. And you do this and we'll do this. We talked about it. I had a meeting at your house, me, you, and Unknown, about that. And I was like, yeah, it sounds good, but I guess I wasn't ready yet because I was still focusing on Candyman then. And I put Candyman out at that time. We did that one song. But by that time, Johnny J came with TNT. We did Money Talks.
Okay.
Africa Islam, because that's when Dre got too busy. So we went to Africa Islam and we put out Money Talks with Africa Islam.
I found the tape in my vault too. Johnny J.
You got which one?
I think it's either Money Talks or Nike Boots, the original Nike Boots. I got the master.
Okay, yeah, we did that one. Now we wrote that song coming from Vegas, me and Candy, man.
Come from where?
And put that shit together. Huh?
Come from where?
Knocking Boots. So, coming from Las Vegas.
Oh, no shit.
We was down in Vegas. Huh?
I said, no shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, we was down in Vegas doing some autograph signing for Money Talks, just hanging around. And then we came up with that ideal. Okay. And on the way home, we talked about it and then put that shit put it in the perspective with Johnny J and made this shit happen. But back to Johnny J, like you was asking how we really connected. When he started doing music for me, I just kept him on board, dude. He was young. He was good. He was a good drummer. Can't take that from him. He played live drums, so it was easy for him to master that machine.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And we did a whole lot of projects. We did the original Biggie Smalls, the little white boy. Okay. That sued Biggie Smalls for the name. We did a lot of stuff. We even did Big Sight back then. Evil Mind Gangster. That's what Big Sight shit was called, Evil Mind Gangster. We produced his first album. Okay. And he took that album to Tupac. And that's how we linked up with Tupac.
Oh, okay.
When Big Sight took that to Tupac, Tupac came back down to Cali and wanted to meet Johnny. And then at the same time, we was fucking with Dick Griffey too. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, we put an album out on. I told you, like I said, we were Shade Tree Productions. We had a deal with Dick Griffey. We put an album out with him. Shade Tree Productions put a whole album out with our deal with Dick Griffey and all that too.
Who's the artist? Who's the artist on Dick Griffey?
It was supposed to be Blunt, my group Blunt. It was me, 310 and 213, which was Jordan and Brenton.
Okay.
But Johnny, for some reason, I don't know how the fuck it happened, but some reason, Johnny wind up, instead of getting a Blunt deal, he took a deal. He took a deal and then wanted Blunt and Miguel and all them to write for him. So that's what they wanted to do. I was like, all right, fuck it. So we did the Johnny J album. Johnny didn't write shit on his album. I wrote 4 songs on the album.
Okay.
310 wrote maybe 2 or 3 songs, and a few other people. T-Fly wrote something. T-Fly didn't tell you that, but he wrote a little something on that album.
He didn't tell me that.
Matter of fact, he sung on one of them songs too. And so we did Johnny J's album with Dick Griffey. But then when the contracts came about, the shit was so garbage. I wasn't signing them contracts. I was like, nope, I'm not signing them. And I told Johnny J, before I sign these contracts and give Griffey all the rights to my music or whatever, you can have them songs. Them 4 songs I wrote, you can have them. I'm cool. And I just walked away from that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Well, it was the Dick Griffey deal was kind of what broke y'all up, not Death Row.
No, Death Row didn't break us up. Death Row Johnny just the shit Johnny was doing is what really made me stop fucking with Johnny, dude. He was more so it seemed like he was scared to actually do things on his own, because Johnny J had sued Death Row. He sued them for $2 million and won that lawsuit.
Did he?
Should pay him. He should pay Johnny.
Okay.
You know, so it wasn't no beef between there on that part. When Johnny got his money, he reached out to me and said, man, I won my lawsuit against Death Row and I want to start my own record company. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, he said, I want you to come work for me, and I'm going to pay you this amount of money, and we're going to do this, make it happen. So I said, all right. I moved up north with him to help him start the label. And we started the label, but this is where it started fucking up for him. His label is called Clockwork Entertainment.
Okay.
So now, while he's doing stuff, he's putting stuff together. He had a bunch of groups that he was working on and working with. And shit was going like this. He had a group called Mistaken Identity. Real hot group, man. My boy Shay Sean and his little partners, man, it was a hot group.
Okay.
They were so hot that they did a song called Phone Call Away. And Tatiana Ali heard the song and liked it. She wanted to do it herself. And that's when she was signed to, I guess it was to Michael Jackson. She was on Michael Jackson's label back then. And Fresh Prince had something to do with it. They was putting out Tatiana Ali, and her first project. And she wanted to use that song Phone Call Away. So Johnny and Mistaken Identity, all of them gave permission to use it. So Johnny was doing the music, and it was a part of the Epic project. And so what happened was Epic couldn't clear a sample. Johnny had used a sample from the Eagles, and Epic couldn't clear that sample. So when Epic couldn't clear the sample, Johnny got mad. And he was like, shit, y'all Epic Records, y'all should be able to clear samples. And they told Johnny, no, man, just remake the fucking song, just redo the bass line on it, do something different. And he didn't want to change the song. So they didn't fuck with him. They was like, fuck that song. Then they scrapped the deal. And, you know, so that was one deal that Johnny fucked up. You know, and then I got him another deal. I got him a joint venture deal with Russ Regan. And we had I know you remember Russ Regan from Macola Records and Thump Records and all that shit. Right. I got Johnny J a deal with him, a joint venture deal, where all he had to do was bring all his artists and produce his artists and put the artists out. They was going to pay for the promotion, the distribution. They was going to pay for pressing, everything. And we're going to split the profits down the middle. So we had that deal set up. I met with Johnny's manager because I really didn't want to be Johnny's manager at the time. So I introduced him to his manager. So he met his manager. I met with his manager. I met with Russ Regan. We all sat down and chopped it up, talked about the deal going down. Then we wanted to meet with the bigger dude that was really running, that was over Russ Regan. So we set up a meeting with him. And when we set that meeting up, that's when Johnny J's manager just fucked the whole deal up. What he did, he started asking for money. He was like, hey, man, Johnny's a platinum artist. We did John B. We did this. We did that. You know, we done Tupac. He started running Johnny's history down, and they was like, we know who Johnny is. That's why we want to do this joint venture with you guys. That's why we're willing to give you half of everything, and all you're doing is bringing your artists and the music. And he was like, well, you know, Johnny's a platinum artist, though, and Johnny's this and Johnny's that. So we were like $50,000 up front, you know, and the dude looked and said, man, he said, man, if I give you $50,000 up front, I might as well I can go get that to any artist and own everything, you know? And he said, what I'll do is I'll think about it and get back to you. And then 3 days later, I get a phone call from Russ Regan, and he was like, you know what, Fila? He says, nothing against you, but we're not going to do the deal. And he said, but it's nothing against you, bro. He hung up the phone. And never heard from the man again. He changed the number and everything, man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So that deal kind of pushed it to the edge, but it didn't really push it over the edge. It just pushed it to the edge. Now, the last deal that pushed it over the edge was Breakaway Entertainment. Give Johnny J a call. Say, hey, man, we want to work with you. So Johnny was like, man, Breakaway Entertainment called me. They bought the rights to use Nate Dogg, Rage, and some Rick James and some Whispers, a whole lot of stuff. They bought a whole lot of Death Row catalog. And so we went to their little meeting, and the meeting went like, okay, we don't want to put you out or put your stuff out. What we want you to do is do some beats for our artists and do some remixes and all that stuff. So they kind of distraughted him, made him feel just fucked up when we left there. But he would always blame the artists. Oh, they don't like the artist because they like his music. So he would say they didn't get a deal because of the artist, whatever. It was never the artist. It's just that the timing was fucking off. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't understand how the business worked. You know, they can only sign so many people a year, and it's political. But he didn't understand that. So that right there, that just pushed it over the edge. Because when we left there, he was like, man, this shit here is whatever. But I just said, fuck it, man. You just don't. Apparently, you're not doing something right, or you don't want to take the deal. You're either scared. I don't know what it is with him, but at that point, I said, you know what? I'm cool on this music shit. I'm gonna go get me a job. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got a job right quick. While I slowed down on dealing with him and hanging with him, because another thing that really, really pushed it, his manager went to him and well, before I get to that point, let me say this. Remind you, he was Clockwork Entertainment.
Right.
I was in New York doing some promotions, and somebody walked up to me, and they were playing. What was that artist's name? Damn, why I can't think of this artist's name. He was a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
One-hit wonder. He was an R&B artist.
Okay.
And his name would come to me. He was an R&B artist. He came out on Epic. I think it was Epic Records, and they had a fucking and their shit was called Clockwork Entertainment.
Oh.
It was also called Clockwork Entertainment.
Okay.
Now watch this. Catch 22. The lawyer that represents Johnny J also represented that person.
Wow.
That owned that Clockwork Entertainment.
Homeboy,
so I was in New York promotion.
Was the artist TQ?
TQ was the artist. You're right about that.
Thank you, Phil Mo. Thank you, Phil Mo.
Huh?
That's my boy in the chat room, Phil Mo. He must know Johnny J. He got all his. He must be a historian. I got some serious folks that watch my channel, Doc, and he came up. He went to Phil Mo. That's Phil.
All right. Well, yeah, TQ was the artist. That's right. Now TQ was on Clockwork Entertainment. So when I'm in New York doing my promotions, and the guy come up to me and say, "Oh man, I like the stuff you're doing, man. I like that TQ artist," and he gave me the Clockwork Entertainment stuff, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, "What the hell is this shit here?" So I called Johnny J. I say, "Hey, man, you know it's somebody using your name, and it's somebody using Clockwork Entertainment, bro." And so I slide him the information. He called up his lawyers, and so he talking with his lawyer, and when he talking to his lawyer, he say, "Hey, man, you got somebody using my name and all this in my Clockwork Entertainment." And Johnny's lawyer say, "Hey," he said, "I know." He said, I know him. He said, "I represent him." Johnny said, "Hold up, man. You can't be representing him, man. You work for me, and I got money, and you this and that for me." And he said, "Man, they got money too." He said, "Man, hey." And I guess that right there really, really took Johnny to a whole nother level of a lot of shit always broke his spirit, man. A lot of shit broke Johnny J's spirit in the music business. When Tupac was nominated for the Grammys, for that All Eyes on Me shit, you got to remember, Johnny J did 14 songs on All Eyes on Me. On that double disc CD, Johnny J did the most songs.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But they gave Dr. Dre all the accolades. You see what I'm saying? California Love, Dr. Dre. But Johnny J did 14 songs on that album. So now Tupac nominated for a Grammy, we all go to New York. To Tupac there, but we go to New York for this Grammy. Man, they didn't even acknowledge Johnny J in no shape, form, or fashion. We go to the Epic party. CBS, they got a party. We go to the party. He wasn't on the list. They wouldn't let him in. The only way he was able to get into this party is because of Herbie Lovebug just happened to sing. Hey, Johnny, what's up? What's up? Say, oh, man, they tripping. They won't let me in. Man, come on, that's Johnny J. Come on, let us in. So we go into the little party. We go into another room where Jimmy Iovine is sitting at a round table. Jimmy Iovine is sitting there, and we go up to the room and, hey, what's up, Johnny? What's up, Jimmy? And they shake hands, and he introduced me. This is Fila. This is my wife, Capucine. And so we chopped it up for a minute. And he was like, man, I love your work, Johnny. He said, yeah, man, Jimmy, I need to come have a meeting with you. And I want to, discuss with some artists. Anytime, Johnny, come through. All right, so we leave there. Now, that same night, dude, Johnny disappeared. He just disappeared. We looking for him all night till 5 a.m. Can't find him. Me, his wife, my partner John, my partner Oss. We all hanging out. We was hanging out with Left Eye that night too. So we looking for Johnny J, man. He's nowhere to be found till 5 a.m. We just finally give up. Let's go, man. We take the limo, go back to the hotel. Mind you, we're in New York. When you get back to the hotel, Johnny J in his room. He catch a cab and leave us at the hotel. That's how distraught he was about motherfuckers not knowing him. Not, you can look at all the music he did, and people look at his name on the back of shit and didn't know who he was. That was one of his things that he didn't like. Nobody knew who the Mexican Johnny J was, no matter who he did music for. And he did music for so many people.
That's why I'm doing this podcast about Johnny J, man, because Johnny J don't get no recognition, dude. He was a bad dude, man. He was a bad brother. Yeah. You gave him his start, just like people give me credit for starting Dre and Cube. That's why I got your ass here today, so you can speak on Johnny J and his contribution to West Coast hip hop, man. I hate when the umbrella of success blocks the shine on the actual roots of a situation. And I've experienced that. Yeah. Everybody knows what, everybody knows what everybody else did. But damn it, if I wasn't planting these seeds and making this shit happen, would none of that shit happen. So it happened to somebody else. I'm in the position. I know the players. I know who to call. I know Fila Al. He gonna answer his phone and come on the show. He gonna come late to something, bitch, but he gonna show up, okay? Yeah. And you got a history with a brother who definitely needs some shine. In fact, I remember at his funeral, his wife did his obituary was like a front cover of a magazine or something. That was the dopest thing I ever seen at a funeral in all my life. She spent a lot of money to put him on the cover of a magazine. Unfortunately, it was his obituary. Okay.
Right.
That was dope. That was. Hey, and when she spoke, I think she mentioned that he always wanted to get some recognition, and unfortunately, he got it. But that's just how the game goes, man. Sometimes, but I'm glad you were able to sit here, man, and recall that brother's history and get some folks, because if nobody don't know, they won't ask. If you don't know, they won't ask.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the history of Johnny J, Candyman, all them cats. But shit, you gotta remember, I was back there when Ice-T ass was starting off. Ice-T came to my house, you know what I'm saying, heard me over the phone and came over my house for the first time when I met him. Okay. And heard me scratching and wanted to use some of my scratching stuff on his album. So that's how I met with Ice-T. And from that point there, it seemed like it opened the doors. But it's funny because I think of how I met you. I would have never met you if it wasn't for my boy Cuban Joe. Do you remember Cuban Joe?
No.
You don't remember Cuban Joe? See what I'm saying? Watch this. Cuban Joe, you and Cuban Joe did a show together in Lawndale, at Lawndale High School.
Okay.
You brought Mixmaster Spade and Tidy T.
Okay.
And you did a show with him way back, and I used to make mixtapes for Joe. And so he invited me to the show. And when he invited me to the show, he introduced me to Spade and Tidy G. That's how I actually first met them back in the days too, because I really didn't. I used to hear about them, but I'd never met them. So he introduced me to them, and he introduced me to you.
Okay.
And then when he introduced me to you, that's when me and you had done some stuff at your club. You did 18 and over DJ stuff. Things.
Okay.
And then I bought some equipment from, you remember Kevin Black, DJ Kevin Black.
Right. Yeah.
I bought DJ equipment from Kevin Black when he used to work at the fish market over there by your house.
Right.
He used to work at that Come and Get It fish market on Avalon in like 127.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that.
Good memory, man. You have an excellent memory.
Yeah.
But I tell you what I remember. I tell you what I remember. Now, all right, Ruthless, Easy-E, Phil Ball, to tell you a story about me and Fila Al, the limousine story. Okay. Now, Fila Al, they don't call him Fila Al for no reason. Fila Al been a baller back in the day. Now, I ain't never seen him sell nothing, but he always had money. Okay? He's the only brother I knew in the hood always drove a limousine. He really had his own limousine. He driving it down, but it was his limousine. And we go out to the clubs and we be playing the celebrity role. I be in the back, door open up, me and a couple of the homies be in the back. We go to the club up in Hollywood, door open up. We go to the club. We sit in the club and in the parking lot, and truly parking lot pimp. Me, Fila Al, T-Fly, I forgot who else would be with us, but it'd be 3 or 4 of us. And because I got the records on the radio, I'm a celebrity. I'm in the limousine. We catching girls. We doing our thing. So one night we got lucky. We got 3, 4 girls that night. We got about 3 or 4 came back to the house. I'm a bachelor. I ain't got no wife and no kids in my house. So my house, we good to go. Everybody get lucky that night. Fila Al messed around and fell asleep. His woman started blowing his phone up about 5:30 in the morning. My street or my house is really small, but I ain't never seen a brother in a limousine turn that corner on 2 wheels before, boy. The nigga had to look like a limousine was on 2 wheels going around the corner. And I was like, I gotta go. He left me with all the girls. I take everybody home. I gotta go. I looked out the window of the limousine was, and I'm stuck here with all these chicks, and half of them wasn't that cute. The daylight hit them, but it was all right. Everybody was happy.
The lady coming next door to lock it up and stuff, but your dog is not letting her come out.
All right, hey, hold on 1 second, man.
Go ahead, Doc.
Give me 1 second.
Climbing all over her door.
Look at the Give me 1 second, man.
All right, Doc.
My thing go with me. I can take this with me though.
Come on with it. Yeah, folks. Me and Fila Al, we've been partners for a long time. We got a lot of stories together. I can sit here for a few minutes, man, and clown, but we got about 4 or 5 minutes left on the show, and I ain't gonna tell you all our little secrets. But we've had a lot of fun over the years. I mean, this brother, man, come on, dude. It's always we get together. It's always some shit, okay?
That's right.
Always. I ain't seen him in person in a while. Y'all come to my birthday party on June the 19th at the French Quarters over in Bellflower. I'm doing a birthday party on June the 19th.
You know what?
Huh?
June 19th, I'm going to, they're having a comedy Coachella out in Victorville.
Oh, that's what,
my boy doing a comedy Coachella.
That's what Joe Torre did. Am I supposed to be out there? That's right.
You ought to go. I got tickets to that. I got tickets. If you need some, I give you some
I'm doing my party that night, so I can't go that night. Damn it!
But your party's that night, right? What?
Yeah.
So if the event is all day, it's an all day thing. It starts at 10. I'm gonna go there from about 10 to maybe 6. So I'll see if I can come to your party. I'll see. If not, I'll come hang out with you the following day or something.
I'll be at the pad, Doc. I'm in the same spot. Been here forever. Man, we got about a minute left. What was your take on Johnny J's death, man? I'm getting a lot of feedback on his here in the chat room.
Hey, watch this. We didn't get to really talk too much because I got in kind of late. Johnny J was set up, bro. He was set up. Like, hey, because what I didn't say, Johnny J was getting death threats. It was a lot of shit that was going on, bro. When he had to start wearing a vest, he was doing some dumb shit though. Like we had talked about before. He had leaked. I'll tell you like this, and then the next time we talk, I'll tell you more. Johnny, his downfall was he was too talkative about the stuff he was doing with Tupac. He had did over 150 songs on Tupac. He had stuff with Tupac and Big Daddy Kane. He had stuff with so many people that he was finna put out, but he was leaking music out. And his big problem that he really had with Death Row was he had leaked some songs. He leaked Unconditional Love. And that was not a Tupac song. Tupac wrote that song, but he wrote it for MC Hammer. See, so and he just Tupac did a rough draft in the studio at Jay's house, and but it was really a Hammer song.
Okay.
And Johnny J leaked that song out to the motherfuckers at Power 106. The motherfuckers came over to Johnny's house and talked him into letting him take that song back to the radio station, and they played this shit on the air, dude. And that's when Johnny J's problem started. That's when his problem started. Bully, calm down. That's when his problem started. When he leaked that right there, that was it, bro. He had to start wearing vests and all this and that, and getting death threats. He on his phone, he's getting 187 in his phone. You know what I'm saying? He had to start moving differently.
Wow, I didn't know that, man. Well, man, I appreciate you waking up and getting on this, hanging out with me for a while, man. Always a pleasure talking to you. When you called me the other day, man, we started talking about different things. I said, I got to get Fila out on the goddamn podcast, man. That's one of my triple OGs. And again, even you don't get a lot of recognition, man. That's why I got to bring you on the show and let you shine a little bit too, man. Because you've been there for a lot of people, man. Johnny J, Candyman, and God knows who else that I can't think about.
Next time you talk to me, we can talk about how where I shoot out his real style from. Mr. O'Shea. You know that he was rapping like me. He stole my style. I ain't mad at him.
All right, though. All right, folks. My man Fila Al, y'all. We're talking about Johnny J. Much love, Johnny J. Much love, Fila Al. Much love for the chat with us, folks. Like I say every week, y'all, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything in between, folks. You're live with the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop, Lonzo. And I'm out of here. One more time, folks. Fila Al, much love, Doc.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Peace. Don't forget, y'all.
Hey.
Down.
Lonzo.
Yeah.
Check out the new before you go, make sure y'all check out Las Vegas Niggas. We got a new album coming out, man, in Las Vegas. We got something coming out. I got something coming out LVN.
You got it. All right. Much love, Doc. Peace.
Peace out.